In this video, I'm gonna give you the tools that you need to start playing 70s songs on the piano today. Even if you're a complete beginner, if you've never touched a piano before, we have songs by the Beatles, John Lennon, Abba, Fleetwood Mac, and a lot of other surprises down the road. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Hello everyone, I'm Annie and we're giving Jock the day off today. I have a really fun lesson planned for y'all, so I hope you don't miss him too much. Plus, let's be honest, I think I like 70s music more than him. If you're new to piano, you're probably wondering, how am I supposed to learn one song in my first lesson, let alone 12 songs? And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll discover that it's much easier than you thought. And with all of the tools that I'm gonna give you, you're gonna be able to apply this to much more than just these 12 songs. To learn popular songs on the piano, you really only need to know 3 things. You need to know the name of the notes, the chord formulas, and the chord progressions to each song. And if that sounds like a foreign language to you right now, don't worry, because I'm gonna get into the details of how all of those things work. So first, let's start with the notes and their names. So first, if you look at a piano, you'll notice that there's these repeating sections of black keys. So we have 2 black keys right here, and then 3, and then 2, and they just repeat themselves on the entire piano. And if you find 2 black keys anywhere on the piano and go 1 to the left, you'll be playing a C note. And after that, if we just go up the alphabet, we have a D, followed by an E, an F, and then a G. And then after a G, the alphabet just starts over. So we have an A, a B, and then we're back to C. Obviously, there's still all these black notes on the piano, but you really don't need to know the names of those for this lesson and for what I'm going to teach you. We have a bunch of other really great videos on our channel that address the black notes if you want to check them out. But now it's time to learn the chords. And if you don't know what a chord is, all it is multiple notes played together. The first chord I'm going to teach you is called a C major chord. And the way to find a C major chord is to first find a C, and then we're going to implement our major chord formula, which is 4-3. You find your C, and then you go to the right 4 notes. Even if they're black notes, you just go to the right 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after that, you go to the right 3 notes. 1, 2, 3. So that gives us a C, an E, and a G, which is our first chord, a C major chord. And you can play this chord with my preferred fingering, which is a thumb on the first note, middle finger on the second note, and your pinky on the last note. But if you have bigger hands, or if that's just uncomfortable for you, you can use Jacques' preferred method, which is the thumb on the first note, the pointer finger on the second note, and your middle finger on the third note. And if that's uncomfortable for you, we have one other option, which is to just play the last note with your ring finger. And then in the left hand, you can just play 1 C note with either your thumb or your pointer finger are good options. And if you're feeling fancy, if you're up for it, you can play 2 C notes. This is called an octave. I'm playing 1 C note with my thumb and the other one with my pinky. Next, I'm gonna go over one more major chord, and then we're gonna arrive at our first song. So the next major chord I'm gonna teach you is an F major chord. So we find this the same exact way we found the C chord. We find our root note, which is an F because it's called F major. And then we go to the right 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to the right 3 more notes, 1, 2, 3. And we've arrived at our F major chord. It's made up of an F, an A, and a C. And then in the left hand, you can just play 1 F right here or down here, it doesn't matter. Or if you're feeling fancy, you can play an F octave. Now we've arrived at our first song. It is Imagine by John Lennon. And the way that you play this song is to just play a C chord for 4 counts, and then an F chord for 4 counts. And then you go back and forth, and that's the whole verse of Imagine by John Lennon. So listen to this. You can just hold the chord down for each of the 4 counts, or if you want, you can play a chord on each beat. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So let's practice that. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Cool, right? And if you just play those chords back and forth for the whole verse, that's all you have to do. The next chord we're going to learn is a G major chord, and you find this chord the same exact way we found the first two chords. We find our root note, which is a G, and then we go to the right 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings us to a B, and then we go to the right 3 more notes, 1, 2, 3, and that brings us to a D, and this is our G major chord. In the left hand, you can just play 1 G or 2. And now that we have our G major chord, we can actually apply this to another really fun song, Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. The way you play that song is to play an F chord for 4 counts and then a G chord for 4 counts, and you just go back and forth, and that is the entire song. So watch this. Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? At this point, even though we've only learned 3 chords, we've already played 2 songs, and I promise you that there are so many other songs out there that just use these 3 chords. But we still have 1 more chord left. It's our 4th and final chord for this lesson, and that chord is an A minor chord. So when I say A minor, you've probably noticed that I'm using the word minor, and I didn't use that word for the first 3 chords, and that's because this is a different type of chord. It's a minor chord. The only difference in this chord and the 3 chords before is the formula that we use to find it. So the formula for minor chords is 3, 4. So this is just that major chord formula flipped. So our major chord formula was 4, 3, and our minor chord formula is 3, 4. To play an A minor chord, you find your root note, which is an A because it's called an A minor chord. And then we go to the right 3 notes, 1, 2, 3. That brings us to a C. And then we go to the right 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you play a minor chord, or in this case, an A minor chord. And you may notice that this chord sounds a little bit sad and melancholic compared to the other chords. And that's really the only difference between major and minor chords. The major ones sound happy and the minor ones sound sad. For the left hand, we play the same exact thing that we played for the other chords. Since it's an A minor chord, we play an A in the left hand, either 1 with your thumb or your pointer finger, or you can play an A octave. Before I move on to all the other songs that I have that combine all these chords together, we already have a song that you can play with just an A minor. And that song is Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. I will admit, the only reason I know this song is from that epic CPR scene in The Office.
Okay, well, a good trick is to pump to the tune of Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. Do you know that song?
Yes, I do. I love that song. First I was afraid, I was petrified.
No, it's Stayin' Alive.
Okay.
If we want to play the chorus to Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees, all we need is an A minor chord. So listen to this. And I think it's really fun to play an A minor chord for each beat because it just gives it that lively, upbeat feeling. If you are a brother, if you are a mother, you are staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking, you are staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Now we're going to put all 4 of these chords together, and the first chord progression I'm going to teach you is actually one of the most popular chord progressions ever. You'd be surprised at how many songs are played with this chord progression. The first 2 songs that I have for you are Let It Be by the Beatles and Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver. The order in which you need to play these 4 chords to play the 2 songs that I have for you and also hundreds of other popular songs is a C major chord, followed by a G major chord, then an A minor chord, and then lastly an F major chord. Do-do-do-do. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. If we play these chords in the same exact order, we also have the song Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. If we switch up the order of these chords and we play a C chord followed by an A minor chord and then an F chord and a G chord, we have the song YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You have everything for you're meant to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. Now, with the same exact chords, same order, we can play Mamma Mia by Abba. Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist ya? So I really hope that you've enjoyed all of these songs or just a few of the songs, but if you didn't, if you don't like any of these songs and there's another song you want to play on the piano, we're really big on giving you the tools to where you can go find songs that you want to play on the piano and not just songs from YouTube tutorials. Let's say you really want to learn the chords to Piano Man by Billy Joel. You would head over to Google, type in the name of the song followed by chords, and after you press search, you just click the first result and then the chords should pop up to that song, and on a chord chart, you'll see the lyrics of the song and the chords that you need to play along with the song on top of the lyrics. So most of the time, the chord will line up directly with the lyric that you need to play it with. If you see just a capital letter, all that means is that that is a major chord. And if you see a capital letter followed by a little M, that means it is a minor chord. If you see the chord chart and there's a bunch of funky chords that you don't recognize, if you see a bunch of slashes and numbers, you can just go to the bottom of the chord chart and click Simplify, and then it should turn every chord into either a major or a minor chord. I hope y'all really enjoyed this lesson, and I hope that with all the tools and chords that you've learned today, that you'll go and find the songs that you want to play and apply all of these tools to those songs. Also, if you want to learn more and take your piano playing a little bit further, we have a free workbook waiting for you. You can learn 36 popular songs in just 5 days. If you're interested in that, click the link in the description. Also, if you want to hear me playing the 6 songs that you learned in this video, plus 6 more, so 12 70 songs in total, you can find that video right here, and I'll see you in the next video.